I put him on, and he was probably about 17 at the time, but he had a little con man in him. And I kind of knew that, but I still want to put him to the test. So we put him to the test. He played me just like you expect. He told me a couple hours went by. Matter of fact, I think probably about not even 24 hours went by. He comes back to me. He calls me and say, "Man, the boys got behind me. I had to throw the little situation away. Blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh, that's what's up. But you still owe me. Oh, you ain't just gonna look out for me one time." I said, "Man, this man thought I was born yesterday." I said, "That's a classic line of trying to play somebody." So my thing was this, man. I said, "I'll give him another shot, but he gonna have to earn this." So I gave him another shot. Not to just give it to him. I said, "Look, man." I said, "Go work up at Burger King. Burger King stay around the street from him." He was like, "Work at Burger King?" I said, "Look, man, this what you about to do." I said, "You about to go work at Burger King for about 2 months, stack all your paychecks up, and come send them to me." And he was just like, "No, I mean, but this and that and that. How I'm gonna get there?" I said, we looked around. I looked at the porch. I said, "There's a bike right there. Just ride on up there for about a month and a half, and then bring me them checks, and we can get back to going." He was like, "No, man, I thought you said you was gonna put me on." I said, "First of all, bro, I already put you on. You already in the hole. You know what I'm saying? A little small, little half or something like that." I said, "But you in the hole." He like, "Man, no, but what I look like riding a bike up there?" I said, "First of all, what you look like being broke anyway?" So, man, I say you gotta put your humbleness to the side and go get the bread. He like, "Man, no, man, man, you just like look out for me one time." I said, "Nah, bro, this is just how it's gonna go. Either this or don't mess with me at all." So, long story short, he worked at Burger King for 2 days and quit. And then he was like, "Man, I tried, and I just couldn't do it." Well, I said, "I can't help you, bro. I mean, it is what it is." Yeah, he got mad, blase, blase, but I was like, I had to chalk it up to the game. I had to chalk it up to the game, you know what I'm saying? Take that little loss I had to take. But I wanted him to learn a valuable lesson. And that lesson was this, man. You mess up, you still owe. And you got to put your pride to the side. He didn't want to do that. So guess where he's at now? He's in Limestone County.